Now, this is something that I remember from high school, I think it was, but they were saying something about, I forgot what they called it, but they said all the continents were connected as one. So the word started with a P. I can't remember what it is, but we were, if that is true, and we were one, all one continent, why do you think we're all one continent? Even said in the Bible that they scrambled all the people's languages so we wouldn't speak the same language. Now, that makes sense because now if you think about it, there's different types of people all over the world, not just as in race, but as in language. You have Puerto Ricans and Mexican, even though all those are close, like Puerto Rican and Mexican and Cuban and Spanish and French, and all those are similar languages, but they vary with small detail. English is a broken language, which is taken from Latin and Greek and probably a bunch of other languages. Now, if we were all to understand each and every language together as a whole, or each and every culture, or each and every religion as a whole, as like the continents were at one point, it would blow so many minds open and raise so many consciousness that this so-called government or higher power would, it might start a war, but it also would change some lives. Now, if we work together like how the internet is doing for us, showing us different perspectives and different ideas and different ways to look or understand things, this is what we need to practice on. Do not be scared or afraid to talk to someone that looks different from you or acts different from you or talks different from you, whether it be height, size, weight, color, hairstyle, clothing style, sexuality. There are a variety of these things for a reason, whether it be positive energy or negative energy. These are things that you need to interact with because it's there for a reason. If it was not true that you did not need to interact with it, it would not be, it would not exist. Everything has a consciousness. So if you are on Earth, which has, this Gaia has her own consciousness, if you are on Earth and you do not need to be here, she will get rid of you, as if she does when the seasons come around, to get rid of the old seasons and bring in the new season, get rid of the old dirty leaves or the branches, as if your skin does the same thing, drops old dead skin, drops old hair. So if you did not need to interact with it wouldn't be here. It's the same like the universe and solar system. They do the same thing. Now, you have to learn to uh, not attack as in bad, but jump at something that's different or does not feel comfortable to you. Whether you jump into it just a little bit or a lot, but you have to start doing that. Start small. You don't have to be big. Start small. Just put your toe into it like the water. See if it's warm or cold. Try it out first. I suggest learning some different languages so you can see a different viewpoint. So you can understand a different viewpoint. Everything is connected and intermingled. So if you learn these different languages or you accept these different mindsets, it may teach you something that you thought you already knew or you thought you already learned. But there are a billion, quadrillion, million, zillion ways to look at one thing. So open your perspective. Do not shut anything out, whether it be death or murder or the news. If you're a person that does not like to watch the news, try it one time. I am a person like that. I don't enjoy the news because of how it's presented to you. But you can always read the newspaper, or you can always watch the pieces and parts of it. You can always ask someone and they'll tell you what happened, and you go watch it again to see your own viewpoint. Everything you need to observe something from your own viewpoint. Take the time out to understand it and be open to it, because if you don't, you won't understand. Now, the way a black person or a white person or Puerto Rican person acts is how they act because of their DNA or what they were raised upon or what they learned they self. Now you can quickly judge them and say, "Oh, he's just being black, or he's just being ghetto, or he's just being a Mexican guy." But until you truly try yourself or talk to that person, you don't know anything. You can say until you do those things, you're just judging. Now, take the time out to try those things and see why they do it. Most of it is just because of a type of slavery. If it's something that you think is bad, it becomes from it's because of a slavery, and not just physical slavery, mental slavery, or emotional slavery, or self slavery. You can put yourself in a slavery because you want it so bad, or you think you need it so bad. Gotta continue to change your perspective, to open your consciousness and open your mindset. When you shoot something, when you block something out, you're just blocking yourself out, because everything on the outside of you is also in the inside of you. You cannot name one thing on the outside of the world that's not on the inside. You may be able to name something that's on the inside that's not on the out yet, because that thing may not have been discovered or understood to a point where a person could copy it and make it an external thing or a material thing. But when you explore something that you're not used to, you learn something different. You understand something different. It changes your brain. It changes your mindset. It changes how you treat people. It changes how you understand things. Sometimes it make it easier to understand something that was so difficult to you, and now it's like preschool work. Stop judging, start acting. Stop pushing, start pulling. Stop talking, start observing. Start watching. Shut your mouth.